Hey guys, welcome to Travel Trek. Today, we're diving into something crazy. We're talking about the world's most dangerous roads. We're going to travel the globe from the mountains of Bolivia to the icy plains of Alaska to show you roads that are straight out of a nightmare. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Let's do it! First up, we're heading straight to South America, to a road that's earned a nickname nobody wants. Death Road, the North Yungas Road in Bolivia. Imagine this, a narrow winding road carved into the side of a sheer cliff face, plunging hundreds of feet into the rainforest below. People actually drive this thing every day. Truck drivers hauling goods, locals trying to get around, even crazy tourists looking for an adrenaline rush. It's estimated that around 200 to 300 people die on this road every single year. So how do people even drive this thing? Well, local drivers have a saying, drive on the left side, pray to God on the right. From the mountains of Bolivia, we're heading over to the Taihang Mountains of China, to a road that's just as insane, but in a completely different way. Get ready for the Guoliang Tunnel Road, also known as the road that doesn't tolerate any mistakes. This road is basically a tunnel carved into the side of a sheer cliff face, hundreds of feet above the ground. But here's the kicker. It wasn't built by some high-tech construction crew. Nope. This entire road was hand-carved by 13 villagers using nothing but hand tools. It took them 5 years to finish the tunnel, and it's a testament to human ingenuity and sheer determination. Driving this road is like navigating a maze with a sheer drop-off waiting for you if you make a wrong turn. Hold on tight, because we're heading north to Alaska, to a road that's less about sheer drops and more about brutal, unforgiving conditions. This is the James Dalton Highway, a 414-mile ribbon of gravel and ice that cuts through the heart of Alaska's wilderness. The Dalton Highway is notorious for its extreme weather, from blinding snowstorms to thick fog that can roll in without warning. The Dalton Highway is a lifeline for the oil fields up north, so you'll be sharing the road with massive trucks hauling heavy equipment. You need a sturdy vehicle, preferably with four-wheel drive, and nerves of steel. Because if something goes wrong out here, you're a long way from help. But hey, if you're looking for an adventure, a real test of your driving skills, and a chance to experience the raw beauty of Alaska's wilderness, then the Dalton Highway might just be the road trip for you. Next stop, we're heading to the land of the long white cloud, New Zealand. But instead of breathtaking fjords and rolling green hills, we're taking you to a road that's so terrifying, most rental car companies won't even insure you to drive it. Welcome to Skipper's Canyon Road. This narrow, winding road is carved into the side of a canyon with sheer drops and no guardrails for most of the way. It's a one-lane road in many places, which means if you meet a vehicle coming the other way, one of you has to back up, sometimes for hundreds of yards, until you find a spot wide enough to pass. Today, the road is mostly used by tourists looking for an adrenaline rush, and those brave souls who live in the remote areas at the bottom of the canyon. But even with modern vehicles, it's still a white-knuckle ride. Get ready to climb to new heights, because we're heading to the Himalayas, to a road that will take your breath away, literally. This is the Zojila Pass, one of the highest mountain passes in India, sitting at over 11,500 feet above sea level. The Zojila Pass is a treacherous stretch of dirt and gravel, winding its way through the towering peaks of the Himalayas. The road is narrow, often barely wide enough for one vehicle, and the drop-offs are, well, let's just say you don't want to look down. And if the altitude and the narrow roads weren't enough to contend with, you've also got extreme weather conditions to worry about. But despite the dangers, the Zojila Pass is a vital link between Ladakh and Kashmir, connecting remote communities to the outside world. We're staying in the Himalayas, but this time we're heading to Pakistan, to a road that's been dubbed the eighth wonder of the world. This is the Karakoram Highway, the highest paved international road in the world, stretching for over 800 miles through some of the most stunning and challenging terrain on the planet. The Karakoram Highway is a marvel of engineering, carved into the sides of towering mountains, crossing raging rivers on rickety suspension bridges and winding its way through narrow gorges. Landslides and rockfalls are common occurrences, especially during the rainy season, and the road is often blocked for days or even weeks at a time. But despite the dangers, the Karakoram Highway is a vital link between Pakistan and China, facilitating trade and cultural exchange between the two countries. From the soaring heights of the Himalayas, we're heading down to South America, to a road that's notorious for a different kind of danger. This is BR 116, a 2,700-mile-long highway that stretches across Brazil, connecting some of the country's most important cities. BR 116 has earned the chilling nickname Highway of Death. This highway is a lifeline for Brazil's economy, but it's also a hotbed for accidents, crime, and general chaos. The road is poorly maintained in many sections, with potholes the size of small cars, narrow lanes, and blind corners that seem to come out of nowhere. Add to that the constant threat of hijackings, robberies, and other criminal activity, and you've got a recipe for disaster. But despite its reputation, BR 116 is a vital artery for Brazil, connecting rural communities to urban centres and facilitating the transportation of goods and people across the country. We're heading back to the mountains of Pakistan, but this time we're taking you off the beaten path to a road that's not for the faint of heart. This is the Fairy Meadows Road, a 6-mile stretch of unpaved terror that will test your driving skills and your nerves of steel. The Fairy Meadows Road is a narrow, winding track carved into the side of a mountain, with sheer drops and no guardrails for most of the way. And did I mention it's unpaved? We're talking dirt, rocks, and the occasional landslide to keep things interesting. The road is so narrow in places that two vehicles can barely pass each other, and you'll often have to back up to find a wider spot. But despite the dangers, the Fairy Meadows Road is a popular destination for adventure seekers and nature lovers. The road leads to Fairy Meadows, a stunning alpine meadow surrounded by towering peaks and glaciers. Get ready for another epic adventure as we head back to China, to a road that will take you to the roof of the world. This is the Sichuan-Tibet Highway, a 1,330-mile-long ribbon of asphalt that winds its way through the Himalayas, connecting Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan province, to Lhasa, the capital of Tibet. The Sichuan-Tibet Highway is not for the faint of heart. You'll be driving at altitudes of over 16,000 feet, where the air is thin and the weather can change in an instant. Landslides, rockfalls and avalanches are constant threats, and the road is often closed for days or even weeks at a time. But despite the challenges, the Sichuan-Tibet Highway is a journey of a lifetime. You'll pass through some of the most stunning scenery on Earth, from towering snow-capped peaks to lush green valleys. For our final destination, we're heading to Europe, to a road that's not for the faint of heart or those who suffer from claustrophobia. This is the Vesuvio Road, a narrow winding mountain road in northern Italy that's famous for its 52 tunnels. The Vesuvio Road was built during World War I as a military supply route, and it's a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the soldiers who built it. The road is carved into the side of Mount Vesuvio, with sheer drops on one side and towering rock walls on the other. The Vesuvio Road is now closed to vehicles, but it's a popular destination for hikers, cyclists, and history buffs. Thanks for watching. We've journeyed across the globe from the Andes Mountains to the Himalayas, exploring some of the most dangerous and awe-inspiring roads on Earth. But remember, these roads are not for the faint of heart. So, if you're ever planning a road trip to any of these destinations, be sure to do your research, be prepared for the unexpected, and most importantly, stay safe out there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. And let us know in the comments below which road you thought was the most terrifying. Until next time, adventurers,